Welcome to this episode of the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Ann Gorman. I'm a business coach, luxury travel expert, and lifestyle blogger, currently residing in the beautiful city of Las Vegas. The Happy Workaholic Podcast is a happy, healthy, positive, and very productive show about living life in the fast lane, learning how to slow down, and how to become the best version of yourself through inspiration, motivation, and determination, both personally and professionally. If this sounds like something you're in need of in your life, then you've come to the right spot. I'll be sharing some of my favorite business tips, personality, and crazy stories from my own career choices. You will also be hearing from a few of my friends who happen to be entrepreneurs like myself. Don't forget, the conversation continues after the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under the hashtag #TheHappyWorkaholic. Now, if you want to hear any of my exclusive news first, just visit my website, kellyannGorman.com, and sign up to receive my weekly VIP newsletter. Now let's get started with today's show. Hey guys, happy Sunday. I wanted to talk to you today about how to sell on eBay. I actually just put up my first eBay store called Luxury Goods from Kelly, which I'll link in the comment section below. This has been something that I've wanted to do for years, but to be honest with you, I had a really hard time parting with a lot of my things. That's the honest truth. I have lived in 10 cities over the last 10 years. And I've traveled the world. I've collected antiques and clothing that doesn't even fit, that one day I think that I'm going to fit into, and collectibles and purses and just so many things. And every city I've lived in, I've always had a storage unit. And a couple months back, I finally emptied out my storage unit that's in Las Vegas, and cut to last weekend, which it took me hours to go through boxes and boxes of stuff that I just wanted to get rid of. And I've been going through a lot of health issues lately, so it really made me realize what I actually need. Like, why do I need 3 designer sunglasses that need new lenses, or I don't even wear anymore? And I just want them all to have a good home. Everything I own has a story and has a meaning, so I'm definitely not a hoarder. I'm just an organized shopper. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not a shopaholic, but I like to buy things that have meaning, and my vision was to one day have a big home and have certain rooms for all of these things, but I know that one day I can always get something to replace, and I am keeping a lot of stuff that definitely has more sentimental value, but just a lot of clothing and collectibles and other items that I really had to dissect and look through and make that final decision that it was time to part ways. So I hope that all of them get good homes. That's what I'm hoping. I even wrote that in my little bio on my Luxury Goods from Kelly eBay store. So anyway, I wanted to kind of share with you how to set up an eBay store. It's honestly so simple. And the first thing I did, last weekend is when I finally went through everything, and I organized it by seasons and categories, whether it's purses or clothing or frames. That way it's easier to post. And I realized today that within the first 30 days, you actually have either 10 items or $1,000 limit. And so I actually had to lower the prices on a few things so that I could get my good items that I really want to sell first up on my page. So I ended up doing that. And I also posted a page, which you can link on my Instagram, which is at KK in Vegas, and you'll see the stuff that I'm selling today, which is Sunday, and I'll post them throughout the week too, I think. You'll be able to click the link in my bio, and it will bring you right to my store. So you'll see the few items. I only have 7 right now just because they're higher ticket price items, and like I said, they cap you at $1,000. And I tried to get it increased, but it just didn't work out. So that's fine. It's actually less stress for me because I am starting my chemo this week. So I don't think I'm going to be having that much energy to be running to the post office to be selling too many items. So I think 7 is a good number. 7's actually a lucky number. So I'm glad it's at 7. So like I said, I just wanted to kind of share how I just put my store up, and it's honestly so simple. But first of all, I want to thank Audrey McClelland and Vera Sweeney because their YouTube page that I watched, it's called Side Hustler Resellers. They actually have this amazing and motivating Facebook group called Permission to Hustle, and they posted a couple links in there about this side hustle that they have. And so I checked out a bunch of their videos, and they're super informative. And once I started watching theirs, this was after I cleaned everything out last weekend because I needed a break. So I literally watched almost 5 hours of YouTube tutorials, and I had no idea that people actually do this as like a full-time income. Like they literally go to thrift stores and resell, and it's their income for their household. It's just insane how much money you can make by reselling and just like flipping products and buying in bulk. That is something I definitely do not want to do because I honestly just want to get rid of, not get rid, I want to find new homes for all of my belongings that I'm finally ready to part ways with. So, like I said, Side Hustle Resellers is a really good page to subscribe to on YouTube because they have so many, especially if you're a mom, they have so many great tips. So, like I said, I watched a bunch of their videos, and then you just get sucked in on YouTube, so there I was, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, still watching these tutorials, but I learned so many tips and tricks from so many different types of sellers, and although a lot of them, this is their business, I just want to find homes for my things. It really helped me organize and put my, as you say, inventory into a nice organized fashion. I wiped out half of my closet. So on my left side, it's like my little eBay store. And I have everything in an OCD organized fashion, just like everything else is that I have. And then it brought me back to my makeup days and selling my cosmetics line and getting SKUs and inventory. And it was just like insane. It was like such deja vu. But it's super simple. If you just watch these tutorials on YouTube, there's so many different perspectives and so many different types of sellers and resellers. And honestly, like I always say in business and everything else, if you do your research, that is like key to anything. So you always want to do your research before anything, especially, and it actually makes your life easier because when you go to post something, you need to do your research to see what that product is actually selling for, and then either match the price or lower the price, but it gives you an idea. So that took me the most time, other than the project that took me the most is obviously deciding what I want to sell. I have almost 60 items I actually want to sell. That's on my list right now. But out of those, I can only put 7 up. So I have them kind of categorized and then in a notebook which order I want to sell them price point wise, but also organized in my closet. And then the way that I came up with the price is actually researching on eBay what those products are actually selling for. So that really helped me out because a friend of mine was telling me, like, yeah, you think you spent $450 in these sunglasses and you want to sell them for $200, but they're selling for like $60. You think they're worth a lot of money, but you just said, like, they're this price on eBay. And I said, oh my God, I know you're right. So I had to drop the price. And I just feel like I'm cheapening it, even if they have a couple scratches. But again, that's where like the emotion kicks in, and emotion in business sometimes doesn't match very well. So I kind of had to eliminate that side and just put the price that works best, because the whole point of this is just to get rid of all of these belongings and have new homes for them. So you definitely want to do your research when you start to, if you're looking to set up an eBay store, the first thing you want to do is do your research. So watch your YouTube tutorials, look at other eBay stores, and just take a ton of notes. And that's what I did. And then I organized all of my items. So I said I have about 60. So it took up a lot of space. And then I organized them into sections. So whether it's like miscellaneous or electronics or clothing or accessories and handbags, that's what I did next. And then I actually put up my account. So if you have PayPal, you just sync your PayPal to your eBay account once you set it up. And it's literally that simple. You just sign in with an email, create a password, link your PayPal, create the format kind of looks like a YouTube channel. You just upload a profile photo and put a little description explaining yourself, and then you can even do like a background cover photo. So Luxury Goods from Kelly is my eBay store, and all I wrote was, I travel the world for work and have collected more than I need. Each piece I am selling has a story. However, it is time for them to have a new home. My pictures may not be the best, but I'm more than happy to inbox you more upon request. So that's all I have, because I took them from my iPhone, and I've realized that halfway through doing my little photo shoot, a white background makes the product so much more visible, and I had a black backdrop like on my bed literally, and started snapping away. So then I started taking photos hanging on my white door, so that made a lot more sense. So I'll probably swap out those photos, because that's what people are going to be drawn to in the first place. So I'll probably end up doing that, but this is brand new to me, and it's like a side project just to keep me busy throughout this month of chemo, and make some money as well. But I really just want to eliminate space and find new homes for these things that I've been collecting for literally 10 years. So it's time for them to find a new home. So hopefully I'll get some purchases, because I only have 7 items I'm allowed until next month. So back to, one more thing. Once you set up your page, there's a Pinterest, a Twitter, a Facebook, and an email, so you're able to share it. So I'm actually using Pinterest and Instagram as my, Twitter as my platforms to share. So I share on Pinterest, which automatically feeds to Twitter. And then when I share on my Instagram stories, people can then click the link in my bio on my Instagram at KK in Vegas, and that will bring you to the store, to eBay. So everything I have is usually synced. That way I just click send or share once, and then it's all automated, and it saves you a lot of time. So I'm going to see if that works for me, if I get some traction, and see how many views I get, and if I sell anything this week. And that's basically it. So you just set up your store. If you don't have PayPal, just set up a PayPal. But I'm pretty sure almost all of you listening have PayPal. So you just sync it up, upload your photos, you do a description. I up the price a little bit just because I'm accepting a price or best offer, but I also included free shipping for everything. It's just something that will grab somebody else's attention, I think, and it's one less thing to pay, so it's just one price, and that's it. So another note I would like to share is that, well, first of all, I always write thank you notes, and I buy the cutest collection of thank you cards from Michael Craft Store, in the little aisle where you go to check out. They have like all those things that you want to buy because you're standing in line forever. Those cards. So I have quite a collection of those. So I am absolutely going to write a nice thank you card and thank them for the purchase, and then they can write a review on my page and make it more personal. Everything I've always done in business and everything is very personal. My brand is personal. And so if I'm going to be doing this and selling my personal items, I just feel it just makes the most sense. It's just like an added touch, added feature I'd like to add rather than just ship something. I want to send them like a nice thank you card and hope that they enjoy their purchase. So I'm definitely going to be doing that, and we'll see how it goes. So I just wanted to share how to set it up. It's super simple, but you literally just go to ebay.com, do your email, do a password, sync your PayPal, upload your photos. I've been uploading from my iPhone because it's just quicker and easier for me, and then I'll refresh my screen on my laptop and just cross-reference and make sure everything looks good on a computer end. And then I'll crop them if I need to, or I just see how you always want to kind of cross-reference if it looks good on a phone versus what it looks like on the computer, because you never know on the other end where somebody's actually watching from. And I've realized now that the computer is actually taking longer to update than the app. So that's something to watch for as well. So that's it. I just wanted to share how to sell on eBay. It's so simple. Now I'm just going to wait for some purchases or inbox messages or slowly say goodbye to my collectibles that I've had for over the years. I'm honestly really proud of myself that I'm actually doing this, because I have so many things that it was so hard to part with for so long, and just going through all this health stuff, and this weekend last weekend and this week and this weekend has just really made me realize, do I really need this? I just don't see that dream I had coming into fruition anytime soon. So I just thought it was time. And they're great items that I'm selling. And like I said, they all have a story, and I want them to have nice homes. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. And then, once you start doing your research on YouTube and you get sucked in like I did, you'll realize there's so many people out there that have formed communities. They're all resellers. They literally shop throughout the week and flip products. And I can't even comprehend that. That's just something I can't do. But what I can do is clear out my collectibles / inventory. So I'm excited that I finally finished this project. It's taken me longer than expected, but there's nothing better than crossing off something on your to-do list that's been there every day. Follow up, or continue. And I was finally able to check that off on a Sunday afternoon. It's 4:30, and I'm just so excited about this new little shop I have. So we'll see what happens with it. Maybe I will decide to shop and flip down the road. You never know what the future holds. That is for sure. But like I said, I will list some links for our YouTube channel in the notes, and let me know what you think of this podcast. And as always, you can tweet me at Kellyanne Gorman and use the hashtag #TheHappyWorkaholic after the show to continue this conversation. And also find me on Instagram at KK in Vegas, and I'll link that in the notes as well, so you can see my stories today and see the products and check out my store. And you can always visit my website as well at kellyanngorman.com if you want any other information about anything else. But I just wanted to share that the story with you about how to sell on eBay and how simple it really is, and just give you a few of my tips. Like I said, the thank you cards and your limit that you have for the 30 days. It's either 10 products or $1,000, and how there's ways to share it and communities to join, and so many versions of how to sell on eBay. So it's really up to you how you want to design your shop or your store, as well as your inventory and products and categories and all that fun stuff. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions, and check out my eBay store. And if you already have one, I would love to check yours out. So you can send it to me at hello@kellyanngorman.com. I can't wait to hear back from all of you guys and hear your feedback on this podcast. Until next time. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. If you like this episode, please let me know by writing a review for the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I would truly appreciate it. As I always say, sharing is caring. Don't forget, the after show happens on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search under the hashtag #TheHappyWorkaholic. That's where I'll be to answer all of your questions about any of my episodes. Now, if for some reason you're not on social media, you can always reach me via my website at kellyanngorman.com. Oh, and while you're there, make sure you sign up to receive my VIP newsletter. You'll be getting those delivered in your inbox every Wednesday. Thanks again for listening, and we'll talk again soon.